Deltarune Chapter 5's been out for a while now, and I just wanted to make a little video talking about my absolute G.O.A.T, Flowery, dude. Now, this video is going to be a little bit disjointed, because honestly, I really just want to rant and glaze Flowery for a few minutes. And the first thing I gotta do is I gotta talk about his entrance, man, you know? Asgore's talking to someone off screen, saying, "Oh, it's so nice to see you again," and suddenly we get this anime-ass intro. I'm not gonna lie to you, man, I was so genuinely lost when this played for the first time. It's like when Tenna's presentation showed up for the first time, I was just like genuinely like, what is happening? Why is there an anime boy on my screen? What is this? I didn't even like think it was Deltarune for a second. I think my mind just like actively refused to believe that this was a real thing in front of me, even though honestly, knowing this game, I probably should have. You know, honestly, now that I think about it, Flowery in general kind of reminds me a bit of Tenna, and you know, that's actually a really, really good sign for me, because, well, between you and me, Chapter 3 was always my favorite of the 4 that we had access to for a while, so honestly, I think Chapter 5 might take that spot now, but Chapter 3 is still at least my second favorite. I love Chapter 3 so much, I might honestly just make a video glazing it eventually. And now we gotta talk about the music, man. Listen, okay? Music is always good when it comes to Toby Fox, but oh my god, bro, he turned it up to 11 for Chapter 5, okay? Like, this honestly genuinely might be his best work yet, honestly, in the music department. Especially songs like Garden of Hopes and Dreams, man. I'm telling you, dude, this song has genuinely made me ascend. I mean, like, genuinely, man, listen to this shit, dude. And I'm mentioning the music right now because, man, god damn, dude. Your Dad's Best Friend is unironically such a good track for being as short as it is. Like, seriously, man, when Flowery first showed up and this shit started playing, I just knew I was gonna be in for a good ride this chapter. But anyways, sorry about just like ranting about the music for a little bit. Now I can actually get to what the point of this video is. I can start talking about the Flower Man. And, well, I don't exactly know how to transition to this part of the video, so, I guess I'm just gonna... I personally believe that Flowery is the best Deltarune chapter antagonist we've had so far. He is seriously an amazingly well-written character, in both his role in the story and as well as his relationships or conflicts with the other characters. The two biggest ones definitely being his conflict with Rouse and his relationship with Asgore. Now, if you don't mind, I'm going to start out with his relationship with Asgore, because if I want to go for his conflict with Rouse, then I got to get into all the meta shit. And I'll talk about that later, but that's just a lot to talk about. It's been said in previous chapters that Asgore talks to his flowers and sometimes even prays for them at the church. He's been taking care of them for years, even though, you know, it's really difficult to keep flowers alive for that long. And like Flowery said, he's been taking care of them even after his best friend got sick, even after his family left him, even after his money all ran out, he's still been taking care of them. And they were somewhat conscious. I don't know. It's kind of strange with how it works for them, because flowers are living things, so they are lighteners, kind of, but not fully. I don't know. It's really fucking cool, though. That's a really cool idea that I never thought of, because, you know, flowers are alive. But that's why Flowery and the other flowers take care of him and care about him so much, because Asgore genuinely just is a kind and caring person. Like, he just straight up says it, man. Flowery is like the #1 Asgore glazer, and I feel a very big kindred with him, because that's literally me. You know, Asgore's life is just like really unnecessarily shitty, and he really just does not deserve it. But yeah, it's like what Flowery says after you defeat him. This world is like literally perfect for him. It's filled with people that just want to make him happy, and that's all they want to do. But like Asgore says, someone needs to take care of the flowers. And I think that's actually a really great quote, because, like I said, this world is literally perfect. It's amazing. It's genuinely beautiful. Like, out of all of the dark worlds that we've been to, the Flower Kingdom specifically is just like actually like an amazing world. It's beautiful, the sun sets, the wind blowing through your hair, man, everything about it is just actually amazing. It's the epitome of just an ideal fantasy world. You know, it's just like Flowery says to Asgore, this world is perfect. Which, I mean, I can't blame him. Look at this shit. Yeah, can you tell I'm looking for any reason I can just rant about the music? I know, okay, I'll get to the actual point of this video, alright? I'm not good at this, and I'm not using a script, I'm just kind of letting my loose thoughts flow, okay? But yeah, at multiple points during this chapter, we get the feeling that this dark world is, like, different from all the others, and the way that it's so beautiful, it's so vibrant, it's so alive, because it is alive. And I think that's what's so ironic about this world specifically having so much emphasis on how amazing it is. Like I said before, this world, in the most literal sense, is alive, because almost everything in this world that is a dark world, this part of the world, is a plant. And plants are living things. So this world is like majority lighteners, kind of. They're not like fully lighteners, but like I said, they're like kind of in between. But my point is that this world, which has been pointed out to be so much more majestic and amazing than all the other ones that have come before it, is destined to wither away, because plants can't survive in darkness. They need light in order to live. They are all slowly dying the entire time that they're inside of this dark world. And weirdly enough, I feel like that encapsulates almost the entirety of Flowery's character in just the dark world itself. Flowery is a character who knows that he is doomed, that he can't win, but even then he still tries, you know? The flowers' lives may have not been for very long, but at least they still got to live them. Just because it was gonna inevitably be over doesn't mean that it didn't deserve to happen in the first place. You know, Flowery's whole thing is that he is trying his absolute hardest to defy fate. You know, it's just like what he says to Ralsei when he talks to him when Ralsei goes to pray. Because you want to see if I can win. You want to see if I can defy fate. Which then lets me segue into talking about his conflict with Ralsei. In a lot of ways, Flowery is to Ralsei what Gerson was to Susie, by encouraging him to change and do things differently and to have autonomy and be his own person in a bit of a roundabout way, in this kind of like how Gerson encouraged Susie in chapter 4. You know, actually, in a lot of ways, now that I'm looking back on it, Flowery is what a lot of people were acting like Gerson was during chapter 4. And I don't mean like the whole thing with like him being a mentor to Susie in the way that Flowery is a mentor sort of to Rousey. Like, that's something that they both do, you know, they both kind of encourage them to be better people or to change. I'm more so talking about how everyone was talking like how Gerson was like the strongest character in all of Deltarune, and how he could like no-diff everyone else, and that he was like just the maximum strength he could ever possibly be. It's funny because that's just what Flowery is. He even goes toe-to-toe with the Knight. I mean, he loses, but I mean, hey. They also both have a really big focus on, like, defying fate and stuff like that, which while Gerson is much more passive in that, Flowery is, like, actively trying to defy fate. But yeah, I don't think it's a coincidence that these two share such a similar role in the story, especially given the fact they just blatantly have each other's themes in their songs. Like, clearly they're meant to be reflecting one another. Like, they're not even hiding it, it's just blatant. But anyways, to Flowery and Rousey's whole conflict thing going on, and honestly, that's mostly just like a bunch of meta stuff wrapped up in a trench coat that they're disguising as conflict between these two characters. Now, while there is a lot that you could go into between Flowery and Rousey, I won't go into some of it because I'm really lazy and I really want to get this video up before summer vacation ends for me. So, like, I really gotta work because I've been procrastinating a lot recently. But anyways, like I was saying, I'm mostly going to focus on, like, the first half of the chapter where I'd say that most of the meta stuff is, like, really at its peak. So, like, Deltarune Chapter 5 basically just confirms that Deltarune is like a simulation, right? Like, I know that sounds insane, but like, it's true, right? Like, look at this, man, okay? Flowery's aware of, like, all of the game UI and stuff like that. He's aware of the config menu, same as Rousey and stuff like that. He's as strong as he is because he just maximized all of his stats. Like Rousey said, he gave himself 999 in literally everything. He has maximum stats. He gives you a box full of just infinite money that Rousey complains about because you can't have infinite money, otherwise that just breaks the whole economy of the game. You wouldn't have any fun because you can just buy everything, even though in Deltarune you get so much money you can basically just buy everything anyway, so it doesn't even really matter. But you get what I mean. He knows that Chris is the one who opened the Dark Fountain. I'm too lazy to actually record and put up the scene right here, but I've seen the scene where he hangs down from the ceiling and tells you that he knows that Chris is the one that opened up the Dark Fountain. He can act just like Chris can, and can even induce mercy on our teammates. He can just completely destroy and skip over puzzles without even having to do them, just like how Rousey can. Also, just a quick little thing, but I love how after Flowery does the whole, like, skateboard a bit, Rousey is just like, I could do that too. Which, I mean, like, yeah, he probably actually could. But my point is that they both kind of have this weird, like, meta knowledge and can just make it so the rules don't really apply to them. But like I said, I really love the weird, like, relationship slash conflict that they have. The best way I can put it is that, like, it kind of feels like a older sibling talking to a younger sibling, because it's like Flowery's trying to help and teach Rousey by basically just being really mean to him, but, you know, in kind of like a fun kind of way, you know what I mean? Like, I've never, or like a kind sort of way, I've never really felt like Flowery was ever genuinely, like, being mean to Rousey to, like, be actually mean to him. It feels more like he's just messing with him. And you know, as a guy who has an older brother, I can say that's like a really real thing, man. I love my brother, dude. Maybe that's why I like Flowery so much. Okay, but, like, we gotta talk about one more thing, man. We gotta talk about the scene that made Flowery the actual GOAT of Deltarune. That made Flowery go from a flower boy to a true flower man. Okay? And that is when he fought the Roaring Knight, man. Oh my god. This might genuinely be the best moment in the entire game. At the very least, the best cutscene. Because holy shit, I was so hyped. This was the most hyped moment I've seen in such a long time, bro. Oh my god. This was so peak, genuinely. And bro, the way that Flowery fucking used the game mechanics to his advantage during this fight was so good, man. That's my favorite example of him being all meta and shit. Like, the idea that he used the fact that in Deltarune's battle system you can't run away in order to basically trap the Roaring Knight into a fight with him is so good. The way that he used the other enemies in order to start the battle, because like he encountered the Floridian and then spared the Floridian before attacking the Roaring Knight. Dude, oh my god, it's so good. And then he like hits him 17 times and does like thousands upon thousands of damage to the Roaring Knight. Like, dude, he's literally fucking Verso from Expedition 33. But then the Roaring Knight nullifies all of Flowery's attacks, and he's like, you can go through my fake statistics? And I'm like, oh no. I think that was the moment that I knew was over. But man, dude, if there's one thing that Flowery is not, he is not a bitch, man. He stood his ground and kept on fighting, dude. Alright, holy shit, with his bare hands against the Black Knife, dude. Holy shit. And when this dude is like, you don't seem to get it. Nothing is stronger than a flower's dream. I was genuinely so, I'm telling you, man, Flowery is what the Deltarune community was saying Gerson was, dude. Again, no shade to Gerson, but like, objectively, Flowery is just actually him. And even though Flowery in the end still died and still couldn't beat the Knight, man, you gotta pour one out for him. He was actually a real one. He went out like a real one too. Okay? Oh my god, dude. You were a GOAT. Rest in peace, Flowery. Stand proud, Flowery. You were strong. Okay, but anyways, I should just say a few more things to round out this video before I go. Again, I'm just ranting about Chapter 5 right now, so these aren't really going to be connected anyway. I just want to say some. First of all, I really like Flowery's argument of why should your Dark Fountain be the only one open. Even if, at the end of the day, this Dark World, no matter what, will wither away, it is still really interesting, and I called it a long time ago that an antagonist was going to use that. And, you know, having ours open while shutting all the others might be, in a way, selfish. I feel like this is going to be a big thing for Susie later on. Which makes sense, you know, she has been showing a lot more of her character flaws recently, which I do like. People who believe in trans Ralse are really just rolling in it right now, man. I never really thought too much about it, but I'm not gonna lie, the fact that Flowery calls him princess like very specifically and talks about him looking at the blue and pink one, yeah, okay. Now that could mean nothing, is what some people may say. Actually, no. Nah, you know who's gonna say that could mean nothing? The people that hate Cruzy, man. Because, like, it's just blatantly canon that Chris likes Susie, man, and that Chris is just, like, in, like, the worst situation ever, man. I feel so bad for them, man. I feel so bad for Chris, man. I just want them to be happy, but we can't have that. But yeah, man, all the Cruzy haters that just swore up and down with their whole heart and soul that they were just friends are really just eating it now, even though they're definitely gonna try to still argue that no matter how much it blatantly is canonized that Chris likes Susan. I'm really, really, really personally happy that Friend didn't do anything in this chapter, because, like, dude, I hate Friend, man. Just, like, I'm just gonna be straight up and honest with it. I know a lot of people love it, but I genuinely hate it, and I hate how much lore relevance everyone always gives it, despite the fact that it's had, like, a whole 20 seconds worth of screen time. And oh my god, bro, it was so bad, because I heard people complaining about it. They were complaining like, oh dude, why did he not do anything with Friend? Okay, it's like we should have just finished out Friend's character. Friend's character? What fucking character, dude? Friend is literally just 2 steps away from being just a fucking JPEG and nothing more. Are you actually kidding me? What character are we seeing right here? But anyways, I'm happy that Friend is not like an important thing or anything like that, and that we can just go the rest of this game without having to hear about it. Oh, you gotta be